Oh, the bass! I like this one.
Handsome sausage.
Hello, Hongjoong. We're Handsome Sausages. Today we're doing ATEEZ Silver Light.
Oh. Hello everybody, we had some sausages and today we're reacting to ATEEZ Silver Light coming from Emergency, Crazy Form, We Know, and Arriba. So every single song in this album has been very unique. There were quite a few people on Patreon and sometimes in the comment section as well who said that if given the chance they would rearrange the order of the tracks. Different opinions depending on what kind of person, obviously the listener is, but if it feels more divided than the Outlaw album. Now, since we are focusing on individual tracks for what it is, plus we only go as far as the song right before it, as in if you're listening to Emergency, we'll compare it to We Know and how the connection works, but we won't go into thinking about the full picture yet because obviously we haven't finished the album. But hearing people's opinions, I did think like, I wonder what the overarching theme is. There are those deserty feelings in this album as well, but obviously it's not the Outlaw album, so that's not like the main thing. It's so different from track to track so far, and Arriba really kind of set the ground for that because I thought coming from Crazy Form, which I thought would be the only song that is very different.
Right.
I expected Arriba to show some kind of connection with the first two songs. It was still different. So we'll see how this one goes, but still every single song has been top-notch, incredible. And as usual, before we get to the song, thank you everybody who's supporting our channel over at our Patreon page. If you want to have a say in what we react to next, get extra contents and all those lovely stuff, check out our Patreon page. The link is in the description below. We're reacting to every single song from ATEEZ and shows like Kingdom Legendary War, Kingdom Contact, and everything else in between. So go check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, let's get to the song. 3, 2, 1, click!
This feels like an Outlaw album start.
It's more electric.
Oh!
That part was very Outlaw, but I think the sound itself is more fitting to this album. It's very refreshing,
Sure. Do you hear the harmonization? Very like robotic.
Yeah. And it really opens up to the song itself.
Okay. It has that retro synth element on top too.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Bitchero.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, the bass! I like this one.
Oh my god. Okay. Opens up again. It feels very cool. Like temperature wise.
Bitchero, bitchero.
Oh, son. Oh, and don't let the back. It's clean. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, this part is just, I like it. Man, Wheel's vocal is strong in this one. Yeah, okay. So it did answer a little bit the question of when we'll see that kind of connection.
So it was this moment.
Yeah, if you remember, We Know definitely had that technological, futuristic,
Yep.
robotic sounds, right? That was very distinct of this particular album compared to Outlaw, which had, again, more of a deserty feeling.
Well, it still had that cyberpunky and
Oh, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you think about Dune or even Django
Yeah.
or even Outlaw, the track, it surely had that dystopian, dark, hopeless
Yes.
feeling. But the way they went about it was more of a cowboy theme, a more of a western, just like Bouncy. That was the
Yeah.
image that they were creating. That's why there was this whole like deserty, dusty feeling to every sound that they were using. Whereas we talked about it with the trailer as well, but this one felt colder,
Yeah.
more metallic and robotic.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like laser sources, buzzsaw, synth sounds, and everything that makes it feel mechanical compared to, you know, more of an organic human dystopian world, which sounds weird, but you know,
But like, I can kind of get what you mean.
yeah,
like, by,
it's
the
more
picturing stuff.
it's more Mad Max
yeah.
Outlaw album
Yeah.
than it is like Total Recall or Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So like this felt more blue.
Yeah.
In color
Yeah.
than Outlaw album, which was more orange. So this song was more blue for me, at
Yeah.
least. And that connected with the first track, We Know.
Like the dark blue, or like purplish,
exactly.
you could say.
The whole,
It was more like a moonlight.
Sure.
And,
Yeah, exactly.
It was more dark.
If we go back to the song, the way it started with the right, it was sidechain, right? Oh, it just had a different.
It's
a
just
different
more like a
first
gated.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right. So it starts with that, and then we start building things up. It's very breezy. It felt very refreshing to me because the entire song is very opened up. And there's nothing muted or blocked. Everything just freely reverberated, sustained as long as it needs to be, right? Nothing is being completely blocked off, except maybe the pad in the beginning. And by the time it gets to the chorus part, everything unleashes, right? It just boom opens up, and they do talk about flying and being free, which is fitting to the song. So that was like the first thing I noticed was very interesting musically.
And to make that robotic thing come into your mind, it was like during the harmonization, they did it with like the music box, like exact perfect pitched harmonizations,
Right.
just like,
Was it just different octave? I don't remember.
Well, they had two different chorus harmonizations. One of them was just really natural, softy, the real human voice, and the other one was, well, they recorded with human voices, but just like Daft Punk or The Weeknd, those kind of harmonizations, so that it would make you unconsciously think that this is all like very robotic and cyberpunky world. And also because of the usage of the synth, of the retrospective synth.
Right, it definitely had that melodic synth pop vibe to it a little bit, although it was definitely more minor than major.
So I couldn't really say that like the Silver Light song is more like if ATEEZ would have sung retro synth pop music in this ATEEZ lower world, then it would sound like this.
True. Which is what it is. Yeah. It's those synth source, right? The sound
on
that they
top
use.
I think they had like two of them or something like that.
Yeah, and then they would always even the way they used it, right? It's just like
just like
a single
stars.
chord, and let it twinkle a little bit and be out there, as opposed to being very consistent with it or playing a lot of different notes or anything like that. Of course, there wasn't any synth solo sections, which you hear a lot in retro synth pop or melodic synth pop. So it wasn't there. There was no space for it. but that was replaced with the members repeatedly recycling and reusing the same chorus melodies, right? Through the rainstorm, through the darkness, and fly away into the daylight, getting close to paradise. That whole section, as well as a number of repeating sections there. I also got to talk about Hongjoong and Mingi's rap.
Oh yeah.
Mingi, the way he started was definitely different than his usual style, especially for this album. I felt it's more soothing and more controlled in making sure that it's not too harsh.
Right. Rather than just like coming out
like fix on him,
Yeah.
right? So it was definitely softer, which I think fit with the music because again there is that synth pop elements that requires the rap to kind of blend in with a bit more softness. But of course then Hongjoong comes in. I think they kind of went back and forth and did multiple lines, right? But remember that Hongjoong line where he was very articulate, very clear cut, very easy to listen to, but also had this very staccato-ish flow to the rap. I thought that was really, really good.
So that was like Hongjoong and Mingi and then Hongjoong back, right? Something like that. Because they kind of had the pre-chorus that on the second pre-chorus Hongjoong came in instead of was it Yunho or something?
Right, yeah.
I don't remember. Because like when the rap started, like the intro of the instrumentals were like offbeat or something like that. It was very mechanical. So I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. And then Hongjoong started with that like crazy rap.
Yeah.
And then Mingi comes with another like a bass-ish synth that we both liked.
Right.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then
that part was good.
Yeah,
right?
and then the kind of pre-chorus came with Hongjoong's rap.
Right,
instead of like some singing moments.
Yeah,
and that thing was crazy.
That whole section was really nice.
Yeah.
Because at first it started with this high pitch, like almost like a chromatic bass line kind of thing, going descending down. Although it wasn't a bass really, but it started with that, and then you hear the and then you go back to you go down to the bass playing with that kind of pulsating.
Sometimes it's so much better to just like
sing it.
Yeah, sing it rather than just going like it's gated paths and
because first of all, some people won't understand what that means.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's been so long, I don't remember any terms.
Me too.
Like, don't ever take us for like don't.
Yeah, we say producers, but like.
Well, first of all, he's the producer. I'm a singer-songwriter. But either way, we're
just like
anyways,
dum-dums.
that kind of pulsating sound, I think that was the only section where they blatantly used that kind of harsh, fitting with this album's theme, right? Sound, which works because that was the only rap parts there as well. So, anyways,
one thing, like I would have to listen to this with an original track because I feel like this audio quality was a bit different. So
maybe
it was less heavier than other ATEEZ albums.
It's also like all the lyrics video I think is slightly lower in quality, inevitably because I think they take the music and then re-upload it. We like reading lyrics, but also I know a lot of people watching like following along with the lyrics. That's why we're doing it. And there's like it's not too big of a difference.
During the first course, the whole time I was thinking about like Silver Light, like Eunkwang. Like I saw his face coming into my head. I was like, oh my god, I have to stop thinking about it.
Eunkwang literally means silver light. Although I'm not saying his name is Silver Light, but they were having fun in the Kingdom Legendary World series, so that's why Eunkwang came up to my mind. So that was Silver Light, aka Eunkwang, from ATEEZ newest album. This one definitely set the ground for okay, there we go. Now I see some connection. We got a couple more tracks in this album left. We're excited to go through them and then eventually revisit them like we did with the Outlaw album. For now, I think everything works well.
Yeah,
I don't want to jump to conclusion before I finish the album. So
I feel like it was kind of a bit same order as the Outlaw album.
Yeah, I think it's going well.
And then with the title song,
so
with like completely different tunes, and then coming back to.
I think this one has a lot more songs than the Outlaw album, and also they're starting to release the music video for the songs. Either way, super excited for it. I hope you are enjoying this as well, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Sexy HD.
Sick.
Kirsten.
Siri.
Yon Universe.
Julia.
Chloe.
Karamek.
Brittany.
Ale. Ramirez.
Jiyoshi.
Shnati.
There is all kinds.
Temponis.
Simila.
Hana Pankret.
Ellen Oyesayo.
Anja Nickel.